Alright guys, it's your boy Kanga and I'm back. This time, here we go. We're gonna play, Dungeon Dice Monsters. Why? Because I've been hyped up about Yu-Gi-Oh! The last couple of weeks because I downloaded the mobile game. And I'm not gonna lie, it just got me back in the mood and I grabbed my Game Boy Advance games off the shelf and I was like, wait. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was amazing and yes, it's a part of my childhood, but not only that, it birthed the coolest idea for a strategy game, and that's Dungeon Dice. And if you don't know, it came from, and I'm gonna make this super quick, so I'm gonna dive in. Duke Devlin, who was met Yugi after he was after he beat Pegasus, he was super pissed. He pretty much trapped Yugi into battling him. He says, blah blah blah. I went to Pegasus and he was going to promote my game or like back it, I guess, be an investor. But because now he's been gone since you beat him, which I don't believe is true, he hasn't gotten back to me. And so now I'm just sitting here waiting. So for him to take out his frustration on the fact that pretty much Pegasus has now stood him up, he battles Yugi to a duel, but in his game, the game he created, the one that Maximilian Pegasus actually loved and liked, it was going to support, back, and fund until, of course, Yugi beat him. And yeah, all that. So a whole bunch of spoilers there. Point being, it's an incredible game, and this was mostly just because, you know, Yugi, at the end of that, he was considered the king of games, and Duke was like, okay, if you're really the king of games, then you can play me in my own, which is really kind of ish and not fair at all, but I guess if he's the king, he can adapt to any situation. Anyway, that is the backstory, and now we're going to dive in. So what I want to do is, there's a tournament mode. So this game, as you'll see, it's a top-down strategy game. It's actually very similar to something like Advance Wars. And yes, this is super important to me. Personally, it's the best thing that ever came out of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, in my opinion. Okay, of course, we're going to be freaking Kanga. Boom. End it. Okay. And off we go. Alright, so we got Dice Pool, Tournament Free Duel. If you guys have never played this, I'm just going to dive right into it. Let's do a tournament. And let's do the lunch. Lunch select. So this is very similar to, well, the setup's very similar to like basketball in their bracketing system, but it's also works the same way of Mario Kart, and they have cups or battles. So let's dive right in. I'm definitely going to keep recording this one until I get to the end of this battle. Hopefully I can beat it very quickly. I'm going to try to explain everything. I can't remember it all, but we're going to go straight into it. Freaking crap, man, this game is amazing. Look at this. So it's all people you guys are familiar with in Yu-Gi-Oh! Mystic Horseman, right? Bala, ooh. Karibo. Look at this. What? But they're dice. So for me personally, and I'll talk a little bit over this while I'm looking over my dice. Oh, wait. Yeah, look at that. Komori Dragon. Look at these freaking just OG cards, man. It's just bringing back so many memories. Battle Steer. Oh, your boy. Swamp Battle Guard. Joey's, like, go-to card. Other than, was it Celtic Swordsman? Oh, Baby Dragon. Actually, it looks like I have a lot of Joey's dice. What do I currently have? Okay, so this game kind of came out for me in the time period where... how do I get out of this? Here we go. Where I was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. I was playing Pokemon prior to that. And I was playing Digimon and Metabots. Shout out. But mostly, I was also getting into HeroClix, which was a massive game that had come out where you were heroes and you have, it was kind of a dungeon dice kind of setup, or Warhammer 40k setup. They weren't necessarily dice, although you roll dice, but they were these figurines. So you got back from cards and into figurines. And this is really what this game was when it came out. So I'll explain what I did in a minute. But Oh, yes. Okay, kind of summon. Okay, so as you can see, this is a top-down plane, 2D plane, that is set up in a grid where you take these tetramino geometrical shapes, and your goal is to make a path strategically to the other individuals. What's he called? Is he called Die Master? Something. I think it's Die. Oh yeah, DM Die Master. And your goal is to attack him, hit him 3 times because he's got 3 hearts. So it's very kind of similar to Yugioh, right? You got like 3 heart, or what? You have heart points in that game. I have a strategy that I use. I'm gonna go up the top right. So some rules of thumb. Let's check. Was I right? Yeah. Okay. Die Master, Shadow Spectre. Look at him, looking hot. We'll make sure to battle because the game actually has battle animations just like Advance Wars, which is kind of cool. So we'll make sure to do that. We're gonna let him do his thing. So this game is all about using crest, which is what he's rolling. Each crest, depending on the level of monster, which is where you see the, let's see, right here. Okay, so let's just take Pumpkin, which is very OG and strong monster in the anime when it first came out. But if you look at the bottom left, it says level 3. So he's going to be harder to summon because if you look at the right side, you see these 6 different icons that represent the 6 sides of the dice. The stars, the red stars, are the chance of you getting that star 3 summon, which means you can summon that creature. So he's actually harder than Karibo, which if you look at Karibo, he's a level 1 and he has 4. So 4 sides out of his 6 dice. Crest is what they call him. You have a 4 out of 6 chance to land on summoning him, essentially. So if you pair him with another level 1, you have 4 out of 6 chance. But if once you get up to level 3, 2 out of 6 chance. Like, I mean, 1/3, that's kind of risky, but the reward is better. Now, what the other ones mean is that you have, let's take Pumpkin, for example, you have 2 summoning crests, or 2 summoning sides. He has 1 side that will give you 1 movement crest. The 4th one over is he has a side that gives you 2 attack, 2, and the other next one is 3 guard, and I have no idea what the last one is. It's like magic or effect or something, but he gives you 2. And the reason that's important is that, let's say, as I start building my grid, I don't want to just summon, usually, by the way, this is a level 3. Summoning a level 3 with a level 1 doesn't make any sense because they have different numbers on their stars. So it just makes no sense to summon them. So you try to do it in pairs. But let's say I've got all my stuff built and I just don't have a certain movement crest. So let's say I need movement crest. So I'm like, I want movement crest. That's what I'm trying to get. So I set, and look, if we go to these guys, Mystic Mighty Mage, look, she has 2 faces. One of them has 2 movement crests, and the third one, or the second face, it actually has 4. So she has a chance to give you at least 2 out of 6. So 1/3 of the time you're going to get a movement, which is what, in this scenario I made up I need. This one's a little risky, but you have 1 out of 6 chance to get 5 movement, which is a lot if you get that. But in this one, in Battle Spear, you have 1 in 6 chance to get 3. You can go in and change these. But we need to build our board, or our path. So I've learned to kind of go a little light at the beginning, a little easier, but then let's go a little harder right here. Or actually, let's go ahead and see if we can get some 3s out of the way. We need someone to defend our side, and I'll explain that in a minute. Oh, actually, I have a 4. I didn't even realize that. Mighty Mage is a 4. Do I not have another 3? Oh my goodness. Is that it? Oh my goodness. Okay, I take it back. I think it randomly generates. I restarted the game, but I think it randomly gave me. Okay, bump that. We're not doing that then. We're just going to go for 2. Let's go. And of course, this is going to be more of a. Oh yeah, so I got 2 movement. I'll need that. I don't need it necessarily right now. He didn't get his summon, so let's see what he does. So this is a tournament or cup. Duh. So, ooh, he didn't get it. Yes. So depending on how well this goes, I'm more than likely 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna go ahead and yes. So he's got 20 attack, 20 shield. That's what's in the middle, the 20 and the 20. But he has 2 hearts, which means he can take 2 hits of the same damage. And then Kamori Dragon. Let's just do him. So I'm going to. So my strategy is going to be to actually move. I like. Okay, so you can only attach. So I can't like throw this down right here. It's got to stem off of a piece I've already connected to the board. So technically, by building one path to my dungeon dice, my die master, if I cut this off, like let's say, I'm not going to do this because this is very easy. But if I do this, there's very few ways that he would be able to get to my die master without taking the path I let down, which means he's going to have to use more movement crests and such to get to position himself to getting my die master. So that's the strategy I'm going to take. I'm going to actually do this. So he's officially cut off. There's nothing he can do with that bottom right piece right here. And this is a pretty good strategy. There's nothing he can do, because in order for him to drop a piece here, he has to be able to connect it to one of his, and there's nothing he can throw down without touching one of mine, and without touching one of his. So that's actually a good strategy. It keeps my die master safe, at least from that right side, from him doing a quick attack, which I've seen. So let's see what he does. So that's actually kind of, I mean, that's kind of dumb, because he just put too much surface area around his die master. So let's just get some more out. So let's go for an easy summon. Let's go for some level 1s. Man, this freaking game is incredible. I mean, seriously, I think that's what stuck out to me about the game is that, oh dang, didn't get a summon, is that it's just simple in nature because it's a strategy game, but it's complex enough that once you get it, it is very kind of luck or chance or odds driven, like a board game, which I liked. Well, like I said, at the time I was trying to get into HeroClix, and which I had to get into, but that game was extremely, no, that's not what I meant, balls. Just did the thing I talked crap about him for doing. That's an accident. So actually that really isn't that bad. That just means I can do another staircase right here to cut him off. So then he would literally, I've got 30% of the board off guard him. That wasn't too bad, thank goodness. But HeroClix was big, and when this came out, which by the way, the game flopped. I have no idea why. I guess it just didn't stick. I mean, when this game came out, 1960, I mean, 1996, 98, something. So, I mean, it just didn't click. It didn't stick around, unfortunately. But let's go. Come on, come on. Okay, but I did get some movement, so I'm going to need that later on to position myself in front of his Die Master. So, I don't know, this game just stuck with me. I was playing, I just love strategy games. I was in love with the anime, or the cartoon, whichever you want to freaking call it. That's a different argument. But, yeah, and it took the one thing I loved, which was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, and allowed me to, so I'm going to say Mystic Horseman, and here's why. He's got 4 hearts, which makes him extremely deadly. He doesn't have as much shield, but he has the ability to take some hits. So let's just do Swamp Battle Guard. How do I... There we go. There we go. So, like I said, I can do the stairs. Well, and kind of... That's kind of a waste. This guy's having a bad luck. Like a bad run, so I'm just gonna... You'll see what I'm doing. Let's just go on and connect. But... yeah, so it allows me to see the monsters come alive, which was also really cool in the cartoon. But, you'll see in the battle scenes, it's very kind of Advance Wars-esque. Let's see what he does here. Okay, so that was kind of smart. So I see, so I'm pretty sure these guys amp up. Oh, and monsters do have abilities like they do in Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's go for a 2. Do I have a 2? Come on, come on. Oh, I don't. Oh, no. Okay, I have 1 and a... Okay, so I have 3. So, just like in the cartoon, they all have effects. Not all of them, but they all... Ooh, dang, boy. I got a 5-movement crest, which is amazing. Holy heck, that was a 1 in 6 chance. And then I got a... So we're going to start fighting here. And it's going to be very hard for me to summon another level 2 because I only have 3 level 2s. And I'm about to summon one. Which means the third crest that I do next time when I roll is really just going to be for me getting some attributes or my crest pull back up, using the term. You know what, bump it. Let's go Mystic Horseman. He's pretty freaking good right now, so if I can avoid him, I'd like to. I mean, I guess that's not too bad, and it's still kind of... we'll try it. I'd even check what his jellyfish does. So 10 and 20. I'm gonna have to relearn the 10. Okay. Let's move. So that means I used 3 movement out of my 13, which is fine. Let's go ahead and... What's my ability do? Add damage to once per turn. Actually, yeah. It didn't do anything. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, so he's going to guard. So here's what's pretty cool. We're going to see the battle animation. Boom, baby. So he guarded, and it's because his defense or shield, which is the 20, is the same as my attack 20. He only takes hearts from me, so if he does, let's say I choose to wait instead of shield, which, by the way, in order to shield, you need to have shield crest, which I have 3 of them, so I don't know what he has. He has 4 more shield, so he could just freaking guard me 4 more times. Maybe I can just make a path here. But, yeah, I mean, literally this game, I just can't forget ever seeing Yugi finally throwing down Dark Magician. And by the way, this game has some really OP stuff and complex stuff like Warp Vortex. You can set the location, and if you have 2 of them, you can walk to it and then warp back. So let's say I'm in a hectic battle and I've built a path that kind of leaves me stranded or stuck behind my units or surrounded by his. I can summon that, warp back to my Die Master. I mean, there's a lot of complex strategy here. Or potential for complex strategy. Let's go. And just like in the Yu-Gi-Oh game, instead of buying card packs, yeah, baby boy, you can buy... Oh, hold up. Yeah. Instead of buying card packs, you can actually buy just individual dice. So that's pretty dope. I mean, that'll get me... He's 2 and 1. Dang, man, I don't like this at all. Guess move and just like attack this thing. Come on. Okay, so he chose to wait. This will be dope. So he has 20, I have 20. Wait, will that do anything? I can't remember. Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. So your shield only counts if you have a shield crest to use and you actually use guard, which, remember, you can't use guard unless you have the shields, which he has 7 if you look at the mid right screen, and if you look at me, I actually have 3. So he could have guarded. Oh no, he couldn't have, because he has 10 defense. So this guy, I think we're gonna win here. There's a lot to it. I played this a couple times prior to recording this. You couldn't tell because I'm forgetting stuff, but it's actually pretty complex. And this is going to be pretty easy. It's the first match we're going to go. And if I sound tired, it's because it's almost 1 a.m. where I'm at. And I spent all freaking night trying to configure my mic. So if I sound like garbage, that's why. But I was just too excited. I was like, dang, I spent all night freaking setting this up. I'm excited. I want to record. Especially since I went ahead and pretty much passively told myself that I'm going to make this like a series. Okay, cool. So we're in a good spot right now. As long as we have movement crest, which we have 6, his ability is going to add 1. I think that's magic. So that allows me to do effects. I don't know. I need to look that one up. So we got to kill this. Wow. Reduces damage to 1 ally by 10. Saggy the Dark Clown. Wow. He was actually really dope when he showed up. No, we should be fine. Attack. So even though it took me longer and I missed a few summoning crests, it allowed me to stock up on my movement and attack. So when I got to this guy, I'm set. Yep. Boom. Yes. Yes. And now here's the thing. In order for him to even defend his Die Master, he's either got to build something right here and come right at me, or move this guy all the way back. But regardless, he's going to have to move. Oh, can I still move? Oh, I can still move after attacking. But I know I can only attack once per turn, so that's fine. That put me in a better position. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this. I'm playing this on my Retron 5, like the other things I've been doing on my channel, like the Sega Game Gear games. Shout out. Freaking love it. I need to get back into that. But playing this on my Retron 5, I have videos of setting up the Retron 5, and I'll probably make one for this Samsung mic that I'm using. But I have one of them that's a test for me that I made public, but it didn't really help with this setup. I'll probably make one for it. But I'm using the Retron 5 to display this Game Boy Advance game on my 40-inch TV, which looks great. It looks exactly like it's recording on my laptop. So I'm really excited with it. And honestly, I can't speak enough about the Retron 5. I've just had nothing but a good experience with it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's perfect, because the controller it comes with, the default one, is complete garbage. But it's okay, because it gives you the ability to plug in other third-party or your original NES and SNES controllers. And I'm using a Super Nintendo controller right now to play this. So once you learn the button mappings per game, and you can set them yourself, it's not really that bad. So what's this guy gonna do? He's had terrible luck. I mean, this is pretty much game. Let's try for a hard one. I don't think I have anything else set. Oh, so it'll do it for me. So it picked up on me wanting to summon a level 3, but I didn't know what the other one was. So it recommended, right? So I set up 1-3, and then let's just do a 4 just because she has a lot of movement. And let's just see what we get. Oh, crap. I got the movement. Okay, this is game. What? For this one. Boom. Freaking hyped. So whenever you beat someone, you actually get a crest. I don't know if it's from them, like one that they own, like a Metabots, or if it's just you get a random one. But we got Fiend's Mirror, which looks like a level 2, which pretty bad level 2. It's a level 2 with a 1 heart and 10 attack, 10 shield. So that actually looks awful, which we got a really bad one. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this now, and we are going to create a save state for this. Booyah. And I'm going to continue to play this, but okay, let's save. Let's put it on 0. Let's save state. Boom. So this is where we're at. We beat the other guy. Now we're going up against Krieger, whatever. I don't know. I imagine the game's going to get more difficult as we go on. I don't believe, since we created a save state, let's check. I think you just have to go right into battling him. I can't go back to Grandpa's shop, and nope. So I can't go back to Grandpa's shop. Like, you see all this? There's a lot of crests that you can get. There's a lot of different monsters. There are mostly the OGs, I think, from like Generation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! So Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes. Exodia is in here. It's the most expensive item to get in. Okay, so here's a new one we got. Let's see what. It's the most expensive item to get in Grandpa's shop. So let's check what this out. Is he? No, he's just trash. Literally, he's garbage compared to what I have. He gives you 2, whatever that 6 one is. Gotta look what that is. Level 2. I mean, the level 2s I have right now are so much better. Like, he's level 2, has 2 hearts, so he can take 20 above where he needs. So if he attacks someone and they do 20 or 10 damage to him, he can still win because he can get hit twice. So it's just like, and look, freaking Mystic Horseman holding it down with 4 hearts. So he can take a 40 hit. I need more of him. Anyway, so that's where we're going to stop. But I really hope the sound capture's going through good because I'm tired of tweaking my mic, or at least tonight. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know what you remember about Yu-Gi-Oh! If you liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you did, you know what? Let me just go and put this out here. What is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card from the original? I don't even know what the heck is in the new stuff. My favorite from the original is probably, oh man, what's his name? I actually got it in the game. It's pretty incredible. Let me check and see. I ended up getting, oh my goodness, I want to build a deck, and this is not an ad or anything, but what got me thinking about this is, one, I'm always thinking about doing Dungeon Dice Monsters, because they need to freaking bring it back, make it a mobile game, and it'll blow up. I'll buy dice, I'll spend thousands, like, just do it. So I'm opening up the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links app. There's a card that I always thought it had the coolest card artwork, and I haven't, let's see, opening up the app right now. I just want to see what it is. Card Studio. I don't know how to do this. Still getting used to the. Okay. Let's do this. Sort favorites. Nope. Filter. Type. It was definitely a spellcaster type filter. And what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Crap. Where is he? Okay, well, maybe he's not a spellcaster and I'm dumb. Anyway, everyone loves Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician. I like the second rendition of Dark Magician. His oh yeah, there he is, Dark Magician of Chaos. He has the best card artwork of almost anything I've ever seen. I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic, especially with how OG and amazing Dark Magician looked. Dark Magician of Chaos when it came out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's what got me back on this hype. And also, if you guys like this, which I know this is going to be kind of a niche market, but I'm gonna finish this tournament and I'm gonna play the heck out of this game off camera. I'm probably gonna go through and do some other Game Boy Advance titles now that I've got my mic semi set up. So anyway, until next time, Kanga is out.